Hey guys, it's Ofoya. I just wanted to make a quick video discussing my thoughts on a lot of the talks about mobility creep in Overwatch. With the release of Demon coming up in just a few days, I've seen a lot of people talk about how she's just a flying Reinhardt, just a better version of Reinhardt with more mobility, or at least better mobility. And I just wanted to discuss some of my thoughts on this whole discussion regarding mobility creep being sort of an issue in Overwatch. Now, I have a few points to counter this because I don't actually believe mobility creep is a real issue. I think mobility is fun. I think both casual and competitive players have gotten better in general, and just gamers as a whole. And most people agree that Diamond players now would be, Overwatch League players in 2017. And I think mobility helps with skill expression. I think Tracer is a great example of this, but maybe a one-off. But those are kind of my main points that I want to discuss. The first one is just fun. I think mobility is good for the game. I think it's fun. It makes characters more enjoyable, makes them feel less stagnant. The outliers are people like Zenyatta or Ana, where they have either maybe not as interesting mobility, like the float for Zen. It can be fun and get you in interesting spots, but it isn't exactly fast mobility. It just allows you to be in different places than you maybe would be used to. And Ana has no mobility. In fact, the only time you can is if you're playing Stadium and you have I think it's an epic item now, that'll allows a little dash every 3 to 4 seconds. And that even is not that big of mobility, but it is for Ana. Now, Ana is a great designed character because of her sleep dart and her nade. Now, those are great utility items for either healing or preventing healing, and then also omitting an enemy's ult or just stopping them where they are. No one's going to disagree that Ana is poorly designed. But just because a character does have mobility does not make it some kind of cop-out or poor design. I think a character like Melee that Demon has needs that mobility. It not only needs it, but it makes it more fun, right? I don't think any person is mad, really actually that mad that a character has mobility. I think it is fun. It's fun to dash around. It's fun to dive. I think dive is probably the most fun to play. It's the most engaging, whereas poke is kind of boring, right? I don't know that many people that like poke, but it's fun. I think it's needed for the character. And yeah, tell me if you disagree, but I think characters without mobility are fine. But when I have mobility, I'm glad I do because I enjoy it. The second is just gamers as a whole. Now, there's no denying that players 10 years ago are not as good as players now. They have objectively gotten better. Their aim is better, their positioning is better, their target priority is better, everything is better. So character design has to evolve with that. Characters like Zenyatta, if they were released today, might be too basic for Overwatch, which is, I think, good they introduce perks for characters like this because of that. Now, that may be why Zen isn't meta that much, is because he doesn't have that much going on there. Obviously, he's well designed. I think the simplicity is kind of the beauty in it with Zen. But there's no denying that character design has evolved and people want more out of their characters nowadays. So some things that I'm looking for is a character like Demon having all these different things that I can do with her, all this mobility, all these different options. And I don't think that's bad. I don't think that's bad character design. I think that's a smart decision by Overwatch, and I want to see more of it. And the third is skill expression. I think I've heard some people say that she's an air Reinhardt or a ground Hazard. I think these comparisons are fair, but they may be kind of putting Demon in a box. I think there's more to it. I think there are a lot of premature thoughts about Demon before she comes out, and these are all going to be premature. I could change my mind. I want to play her a ton when she comes out. I want to play her in comp. I'm glad she's going to be in comp day one, admittedly, even though she probably shouldn't be. But I think skill expression with mobility it allows you to show off your skill more in terms of target priority. And if she's going to be a tank that has to melee, not has to because she has her machine gun and whatnot, but if she's going to primarily be melee, then it's going to be important for her to get in a good position. Reinhardt has his charge, right? He can cancel it, and maybe depending on how the distance he goes, maybe he should have a certain refunded, what would you say, cooldown? Maybe he should have some of his cooldown reduced depending on how far he goes. But that's a totally different balancing thing. I think skill expression is important in the game, and I think Hazard maybe has poor skill expression. I don't know how to articulate it, but I just don't like that his block also damages, and I think it's a little annoying that blocks should include a kind of damage range. Anyways, tell me your thoughts. I'm excited to see Demon released. I can't wait to play her. I'm probably going to play her, get her level like 50 or something like that, get whatever title she has. But I can't wait to see her released and see more that they introduce. I'm so glad to see a second tank this year, especially after we got robbed when Vendetta was released. Love Vendetta, but wish we had a tank there. So, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, subscribe, and have a good day.